In the bustling city of Tuah, there lived a man named Hawkington, who had an obsession unlike any other. Hawkington was a quiet but eccentric individual, known for his love of Tuah energy, a traditional drink as old as Tuah, with an almost mystical reputation made by spitting on that monster energy can. Over time, his fascination grew into an all-consuming addiction. He would consume the drink day and night, spitting everywhere, believing it granted him clarity, wisdom, and most of all, purpose. But as the weeks turned into months, Hawkington began to notice strange changes. His nails hardened, his eyesight sharpened, and his posture stooped. But one fateful morning, he woke to find feathers sprouting from his arms and his voice reduced to sharp, piercing cries. By nightfall, Hawkington had fully transformed from a human to a hawk. Hawkington was shocked and terrified, but there was no turning back. His addiction had pushed him past the brink of humanity. With his new hawk wings, he fled the city, soaring high above the streets and into the wilderness. At first, Hawkington reveled in the freedom of flight, his addiction to Tuah energy now replaced by the rush of wind through his hawk feathers. Yet his hawk heart was heavy with regret and longing for the life he left behind. As the hawk days passed, Hawkington discovered he could no longer hawk the Tuah and consume Tuah energy as a hawk. The drink that once defined his human hawk life was now out of reach, even for a hawk. This realization struck him deeply, and for the first time, he confronted the damage his Tuah had brought. Determined to reclaim his humanity, Hawkington resolved to break free of his Tuah obsession. His human hawk journey began in the dense forests, where he adapted to the hawk's life. He hunted like a hawk, built hawk nests, and observed the natural world with a growing sense of human hawk clarity. Hawkington realized that life as a hawk, though simple, was free from the relentless cravings and anxieties that had once consumed him as a human hawk. One day, he met a wise old hermit named Chuck Norris, who lived in a small wooden cabin at the edge of the hawk forest. Chuck Norris was not startled by the sight of a hawk landing on his windowsill. He had seen many strange things in his years of human hawk solitude. Over time, Hawkington communicated his hawk feat through gestures and markings in the dirt, and Chuck Norris, understanding his struggle, became his human hawk mentor. Chuck Norris taught Hawkington about human hawk balance, human hawk discipline, and the power of human hawk self-reflection. Through human hawk meditation and focus, Hawkington began to let go of his hawk dependence on Tuah energy. Each day, he felt less like a hawk and more like the man he once was. As the months passed, Hawkington noticed subtle changes in his hawk body. His feathers began to shed, his claws dulled, and his wings receded. By the end of the year, Hawkington was almost fully turned from a hawk to a human again. Yet he carried with him the wisdom of the hawk, an appreciation for simplicity, patience, and the beauty of the natural hawk world. Hawkington returned to Tuah a changed man. He no longer craved Tuah energy, nor did he seek the soaring highs it once offered. Instead, he found joy in small, meaningful moments and began sharing his story with others. He became an advocate for balance, speaking to those struggling with their own Tuah addictions and encouraging them to turn from a hawk back to a human. But never forget the hawk inside of them.